So in order to make this, we are going to need 3 pieces of wiring, which measures around 15 inches. And I've got the gauge to this wiring is 20 gauge centerpiece. And once you've done that,
go ahead and
you're going to grab your wiring and you're going to take the smaller wiring, which is this here, and let's take a piece no more than about maybe 10 inches. These are called your bent nose pliers, and you're going to just gather that together. And as you gather it together, you want to keep them as tight as you can, and just move the very top piece here, and you're going to cut the very first piece off, meaning this here. We're going to just rotate that around and just wrap that piece right around. As soon as you get that, you're going to take your bent nose pliers and you're just going to push that piece down and just wrap it so it's hidden. And then just sort of smooth it out with your round nose plier, which I've done here. Okay, so once you've found the center and you've placed your stone into the wiring system, we're going to go ahead and now create the bail. Now the bail is at the front of, take another piece around 10 inches of the same wiring, and let's just wrap that right at the point where it meets. Okay, so let's just give it a nice point as to where it will meet, most likely here. And you want to keep checking just to make sure that the stone does fit. And you're going to just wrap the wiring here, give it about maybe 2 or 3 times around so it's quite tight, and maybe 4 times around. And then we'll just snip off the excess wiring. And once you've cut the excess wiring, which we won't be needing, you're just going to cut that off. And using your round nose, let's just tuck that piece in so it's not sticking out. Let's just get my other wire cutter where it works a little bit smoother. So you're going to tuck that piece right in. Okay, just flatten it. And then taking your pliers, you want to move that down to make it nice and tight. Keeping your work as straight as you can. And just, I find by putting it down here, holding it down, you can actually just push your coils as tight and down as much as you can, keeping the work nice and flat as much as you can as well, by just using the flat parts of your pliers. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten that as tight as we can get it, and then just keep rotating the coils. And I think that's high enough for the veil. That's pretty good. So I'm going to just wrap that in and just cut that, the end piece here, and then just wrap that last piece right to the back so it's not noticeable. So we're going to use the nose pliers and just gather that and make sure you've actually closed it off here. There we go. And then we just close it up nicely. Okay. That's great. So I think that looks wonderful. So when you make your veil here, you're going to just rotate that downward and just grab that so you can see how it just wraps towards the back. It's a really nice look, but let's just try to, there we go. And then this here, these 2 wires, we are going to just incorporate it into the piece I like to put it, I like to work that right at the ends when I put the stone in. And I'm thinking maybe it might be best to use the tinier wires, the lighter wires. So let's just unravel that off and let's start again here. So let's just remove that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take that little piece here and let's just move that right to the bottom of the piece here. Let's just keep wrapping it around for the veil because I think it looks rather nice there. Okay, and once you get to the bottom of it, probably want to just straighten that out so it's nice, neat and tidy, if we can get it tidy. And let's just cut that piece off now, and let's just go ahead and tuck that piece in. So we're going to go ahead and tuck it in. Okay, and after you've done that, we've got this beautiful wiring just coming right, cascading down. So I was thinking if we took these two wires here and take the third wire here, and let's use the three wires and let's do a weave on this. So what I mean by that is we can create a beautiful pattern here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create a wonderful pattern onto the front of this piece. Okay. To do that, we're going to take a piece of the thin wiring. We're going to take maybe around 20 inches of this. So we're just going to cut it here. Okay, so let's stretch that wire out so we have a nice working piece. And we're going to actually, on the three of the wires that is coming off the Rose Quartz, we're going to wrap that right around. So we're going to have this cascading right in this, like in this element. And to create this beautiful weave, which I'm going to show you, we're going to create a pattern with it. And how you're going to create the pattern first is let's wrap all three of the crystal here. Let's just begin the wrap right at the top of the cabochon. So holding your crystal, let's begin the wrap at the top of the three. Okay, so we've got the first wrap, and now we're going to get the second. We're going to go ahead with the third, and we're going to do 4 wraps. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go one more time around, and that creates 4. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, we've got 4 that we've wrapped, and then you're going to take the wire here, and we're going to cut off that end and just tuck that in nicely underneath the wiring, so we don't want that showing. Oops. So what you want to do is you want to pull. You see that the first wire where we started the wrap, we want to cut that and just tuck that under. So let's just go ahead and cut it off and give it a nice tuck underneath so it disappears and you can barely see it, all right? Let's just move that away and cut that piece. Now let's just use our nose plier and just pinch it nicely. Okay, so once you've got that, you want to just pull your coils together as tight as you can, and remember the rotation from the top here. We want to move that up. And so we've got it cascading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got, okay, let's make it 5. And then you're gonna make it 5, and then you're gonna weave 2. Then you're just gonna touch 1. You're gonna just come across 1, and then 2. Okay, so you got 2. And after you've done that, you want to move that in nice and tight again. Just keep pushing it tight. And once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and do the weave. And just weave. You've done 2 here, and then just come back over and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and after you've done 4, you're going to grab the 2 and just wrap 2 times around the first 2. And again, you're going to have to take your pliers and just move the wiring nice and tight. Just keep moving it up. Again, you're going to come across and do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to wrap 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then grabbing your first 2 wires. And you're just going to rotate 2. 1, 2. Great. And then again, use your pliers and push the coils up as tight as you can, and repeat the process. You're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten the coils by moving it up with your, and then going to repeat the process with the first 2 coils and do 1, 2. All right, and then you're going to move that up too. Push the coils as tight as you can here, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're again going to you want to just flatten that as nicely as you can. And just let's try to move the coils up as tight as we can. So we are going to do 1, 2,